All right, we're moving right along. Last one here. Okay, public void test create roster. All right, so creating a roster is another static method. So it's called using the person class with a capital P. And it creates this roster with 4 elements in it. All right. So here's how I'm going to test it. I'm not going to do an exact test on this one because probably create roster is a method that should really not be in the person class anyway. It should probably be outside the person class. But they just put it in there for convenience. So here's how I'm going to test create roster. First of all, I'm going to create a roster. So a roster is a list of person. I'm going to give it the name roster equals person dot create roster semicolon. And it is giving me an error because list cannot be resolved to a type. It has an imported list. Be a little bit careful here. The first one is suggesting that you import list from Java AWT. That is a GUI toolkit for GUI applications. You don't want to import that list. You want to import the list from Java util. Okay, so you double click on that one and everything works out fine. Okay, so let's again think to the future here. I mean, we can say like, we can do some tests on the size of the roster. Okay, so we're creating 4 people in this roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But let's think a little bit about the future of this class. If somebody keeps create roster in there, it's possible that they might actually modify the roster. So maybe they'll create a roster with 5 people or just 3 people or something like that. It might be less likely that they would create an empty roster. So I'm going to, for my unit test, I'm going to assert here simply that the roster that is created is not empty. Okay, so I'm going to go assert, and I'm going to do that by calling isEmpty on the roster. I'm going to say assert false here. Assert false that the roster is empty. Okay, our roster should have 4 persons in it, so this should be true. Let's go ahead and run it.